The following program is intended for mature audiences.
Welcome to Bald Guys Babbling About Beer. We drink craft beer and nobody cares. And we're doing it without much hair.
Are you serious?
Bald Guys. Beer. Babbling.
Do that again?
Okay, so welcome to this week's edition. Hang on, let me do that again.
Look at how hazy this
No,
is.
that was perfect.
Well, welcome to Ball Guys Babbling About Beer, episode 6.
Wow.
Tonight's episode, we are featuring West Coast IPAs and also an as yet undecided musical topic,
Some seltzer.
which will be followed with more babbling after that.
Nice improvisation.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bald guys with
That-
memory loss babbling about beer.
It's all included in the part.
That's so funny.
Nothing says entertainment like a bunch of hairless old guys.
Who can't remember anything except for Mike.
I don't know why the sponsor's such an issue.
I was like, this is screaming. This is screaming for a sponsorship. Banging down the door.
Maybe adult diapers.
Depends. Yeah, adult, exactly. Depends.
I
Cheers.
would say though, like in years past, I would say that it was a niche market, but bald guys and beer is probably not as niche as we think.
No.
Yeah, no. there's a lot
Huge
of-
market.
All right, so let's start with the customary. What we do is we go with the beer that we brought this week, and we hold it up. And I'm really happy that Dan got that because I got the Union Jack also.
Oh, you got the tiny can. I got the big can.
I don't know where you got the big can from. They only had the tiny cans where I
I
went.
got this is not even this is more than a pint. This is like a pint and this is like 20 ounces.
20 ouncer.
Yeah, you might have to poke a hole in the bottom of that thing. And
Dan's got small hands like Trump.
Ooh, Mikey with an extra.
Torpedo.
not easy to get it so you can see it.
Yeah, you
What?
got to get rid of that.
This can with the light with the silver, you mean?
Silver.
Yeah.
No, we have the same one. It's Union Jack.
Yeah, Union Jack, Firestone Walker.
Firestone. Yeah. There.
Kind of an iconic thing. Bob, I just want to say thank you, Bob, for showing up with us tonight, even though you're on narcotics.
Like my hazy West Coast IPA.
Bob has a hazy water tonight because he just had surgery on his Achilles, and he's recovering, but he's being a good sport, and
Oh, I wouldn't miss it.
he's taking the West Coast narcotics along with
Yeah.
us doing our West Coast IPAs. So, all right. So, did everybody hold up their beer at the same time? That's easier when you all have it up at the same time. I can see
1, 2, 3.
Dan's, and because you got you got the Union Jack also. So, okay. So, going from my top right, I see Jim in the top right with something very interesting looking,
Wow,
which I have
around
not
there.
seen before.
Does look good.
A skeleton
Very
with a
good,
pork mustache.
It's Villainous by Around the Bend Brewery.
Cool.
And Mike, I know you tried to fight me on this one, but it is brewed in Chicago. It's not brewed on the West Coast.
Wow. Despite my best efforts,
Is it a West Coast style?
It is a West Coast style.
Does it say West Coast style?
This one does. The Union
Uh,
Jack does.
West of Connecticut.
Yeah, West Connecticut.
It's
It,
west side of Chicago.
Like a classic West Coast IPA.
nice.
Yep,
Yeah.
it's very good.
It says it's got to be true.
Gotta be.
Now, what does that mean? When you read that, what does that mean?
John, what
Talking
happened
beer
to
to the crowd.
The beer, like, what does that mean? Like, when they're saying it's a West Coast style, is it piney?
I think so. It's as opposed to hazy and fruity
Yep.
and all those other tropical, buzzwords.
Yeah.
It mentions dry as well. I don't know.
It
if
is.
that
I was going to say
applies.
it's a little drier, and
Yeah.
the bitterness is a little more.
A little bitter.
Creamy.
Yeah.
dominant.
Citrusy.
Not juicy. No citrus.
Yeah. But Bob, you're not drinking. Would you agree with that? You're a beer dude.
Yeah, I think the West, like when I think of West Coast, You get like Green Flash, Sierra Nevada, Stone.
Green Flash. I was down between what I got and Green Flash, and the guy said that Green Flash and this brewery, Alpine Beer, is the same company and brewed in the same house. So
Well, yeah.
Out of the
Oh,
same
really?
vat.
yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Never heard that.
So like that, and like the Stone. I really like the Stone ales. They're
I got a
definitely
Stone
not-
IPA next.
Yeah, those are delicious, man.
Yeah.
The
Why do you like that?
arrogant
Just the name
bastard.
is so cool.
No, it's just Stone. I think it says the classic West Coast IPA.
Yeah, they actually any Costco folks, they've got a mix, like a mixed summer deal case of about 5 different Stone ales, and they're all pretty good. So I remember having it last year, and it's pretty cost effective, if you will.
Yeah.
Move that rock over there.
Thanks, Tim. Eyeball.
So Mike, what did you
Yeah.
get? Did I see a Sierra?
Yeah, Sierra Torpedo.
Ooh, that's a,
Okay, so we're going with like the
Extra
classic.
IPA.
Torpedo Extra IPA.
Yeah. Like when I hear people mention the origins of West Coast IPA,
Yeah.
Firestone Walker comes, Union Jack, but
Mhm.
Sierra Nevada, Torpedo, I hear mentioned more than anything else, I think.
Really?
I think
This-
Torpedo is fairly new, but Sierra Nevada is, weren't they one of the first West Coast microbreweries or boutique or whatever you want to call
yeah,
them?
they're no longer micro.
Yeah, they're
I think they brew on. I think they brew in North Carolina.
yeah, they do.
Yeah, you can go down to there and take a tour. My friend has done it.
Nice.
That's kind of like their calling card though, is hops and IPA. I think maybe the first week we did it, I had a Celebrator IPA, which was their winter IPA.
Yeah,
I've had that.
celebration.
Yeah, with this fresh celebration with like fresh cone hops or something, which is a little darker. It's more of a red color than this, but I think it's darker and it's clear. It's not hazy like the New England IPAs.
Yeah, they call it Devil's Blood. I don't know why. The traditional Sierra Nevada just Devil's
Really?
Blood. It's like a nickname. I don't know why, but it's been around forever.
It's got like an amber. It looks that way from here, anyway.
Yeah, it is.
Like an
Less
amber.
yellow, more amber.
Yeah.
But it's totally clear. There's no
Yeah, there's no
haze,
haze
there's
at
no
all.
sediment, particulates.
Yeah.
Particularly.
Dana says goodbye.
Good word.
See you, Dano.
You guys at 3.5 kilos?
There's like a large string hanging from behind you. What is that? Like,
Mike's gonna end it all after this.
One of those.
oh, is that a balloon? Oh,
Candy
that's
cup
nice.
toilet things.
I was wondering what that was. It looked like I
I thought it
don't want to
was
say what it looked like.
a light switch.
It's
Yeah,
been a
that's right.
tough pandemic for me. I'm ending it right here, guys. Driven me to drink.
There's no
I
joke
think
in
it's
that.
The haircut, though.
Make sure you look good before you end it.
Good.
Oh, nice, nice touch to the
I
pandemic.
want my obit pick to be spot on.
Pretty much.
He wants the open casket.
It's going to be an
uh,
open casket, right?
Yeah, I'm breaking with Jewish tradition. We're going to have an open casket. Fuck y'all.
Just showing
This
off
is
the
turning
haircut.
dark.
I know.
That's a Staven tradition. It's the open casket, unless there's too much damage to the face.
To my boy.
That's great.
That's not where I thought this conversation was going to go.
Wow, it's only 20 minutes in.
It took a dark turn. So who else is what beer?
Yeah, thank you, Mike.
Anytime.
Thanks for bringing it back.
Good segue.
Yeah, we know what Hank has. He's doing the Trillium.
Yeah, this is a West Coast IPA from Trillium.
Westy? West side of
Fermentation
Boston.
Series 7.03.
Uh-huh.
Is it from Worcester? Is that why? Is it west of Boston?
Yeah.
Yep.
I should have gone to Treehouse. That would have been my West Coast IPA.
You would have been very
Barrington.
disappointed.
No, I love
They're not
Treehouse.
open.
Did they open back up again? Because they've been closed.
Oh, no, I don't know.
Yeah.
That would have been disappointing. You're right.
Isn't there a weed store near there? You could do that.
Yeah, it's a lot closer to go to a weed store. I don't have to go out there.
Did you see how I ID'd your location last week?
No.
You know how like I ID the state where everybody is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yours is Massachusetts.
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 Yeah, you had like the palm trees in the background.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, Massachusetts.
Ganja. Yeah, the ganja.
I got it.
You know, I assume.
How did the grapefruits play into John's identification?
He's in Florida. They grow citrus.
Citrus fruits.
It's more of a
It was a touch of citrus.
identifier of, you know, when to move on,
There you go. Okay.
when to pull back, when to swing low.
When to hold them, when to fold them,
When
walk away, when to run.
When M goes too long, I'm gonna put the citrus background on, and
Yeah.
that's your cue.
Yeah, that's your role.
Wrap things up, M.
You are the monitor of the grapefruit of the citrus.
Give me one of these, like,
Yeah,
No,
the grapefruit is the hook.
look.
So great grapefruit bear. What have you brought? Your Aspen? Is that what you brought?
This is called Alpine Beer.
Alpine
Beer
sorry.
Company. It's called Duet, and India Pale Ale, 7% alcohol by volume. It's like I said, the Green Flash was the same brewery. They bought out the Alpine Beer name, and the guy told me it was brewed in the same house. I actually, as I think I've mentioned before, I'm not a huge IPA fan, but this one is very nice. It's not too hoppy at all. It doesn't have the bite that I don't like in the IPA. It's not strong, so it's very good. I really like it.
Yeah.
Do you have a
Drinking
comment?
it, I have no idea how clear it is.
It's totally clear. It looks like Malcolm Young. Malcolm Young.
R.I.P.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Did we get a good view of that can? I would like to see the can. I saw the 6-pack on the seat.
All right, let me.
Very handsome dog.
Put it in front of your face, and then you'll be all
Let
right.
me. I gotta. The virtual background screws up the view of the can, so let me turn
Yeah,
that.
you
off.
got to put it like in
Just
front
put it
of
in
you.
front of your face, and you'll be all right.
Oh, that way it's good. Alpine.
That's an old school can too.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that's
very old scan. Very old.
like a Pabst Blue Ribbon or something.
Yeah.
Right. I needed a can opener to open it.
Yeah, that's like
That's
right out of the
awesome.
40s.
Leftover from the Great Depression.
So I'm very happy with this choice, and I was gonna buy a single because they said that where I get them, you can buy singles, but I just went for it and got the whole 6-pack. I figure someone will drink it, and I think it will be me.
You will, yeah.
You.
I have a prediction.
So is it comparable to anything else you've had?
I don't drink a lot of IPAs, but again, I'm going to say it's a lot more mellow than the IPAs that I've had. My cousin in Connecticut, who has just recently moved to Idaho, they loved IPAs. So every time we went up to Maine, they would come and bring all kinds of IPAs, and it was just too bitter for me.
Bitter,
But
yeah.
This one is
Yeah.
nice. This one is nice.
Does it have the what's the bitterness abbreviation that sometimes they have?
IBU.
IBUs, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
IBU.
What's that? International Bitter Unit.
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
very odd to me. But does any of your beers have that on it?
No, Sierra Nevada does not.
Mine says 70.
70.
I think that's quite a bit.
Yeah, I think that's on the high
That's,
side.
that's on
What,
the
a
high
higher
end.
number is more bitter? Is that what they're saying?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
But if the beer it also has a lot of malt, it's going to be balanced out, so it may not even be that noticeable, you know?
What does it go up to?
I'm gonna go to the interwebs here. Here we go.
I'm going to say 69.
How many midi-calorians?
No, that's
do you
not
have?
true.
This
I don't-
says it's interesting.
Thanks,
This goes
Mike.
to 70.
Whatever.
You mentioned someone mentioned pine. It says everyone's favorite IPA. This Alpine masterpiece features pine, citrus, and cedar notes
Yeah.
from a harmonious blends of Simcoe and Amarillo hops.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Cedar notes. That's
So
good.
this-
That's good if you're a gerbil.
Yeah, a guinea pig.
Hey, mine is
Gerbils
Simcoe
love
hops
this
as
beer.
well, John.
What kind of hops?
Simcoe as well.
Simcoe, yeah.
Yeah, Centennial, Simcoe, and Mosaic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, Mosaic hops was the guy in the store today mentioned that as being a West Coast thing.
And Dave, this is whole cone too, as opposed to pellets, I guess.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
It says so
Oh,
on the side. It says
yeah,
on the
it's
can,
whole
whole
cone.
cone.
So
Mine does not have a. What is the? Is everyone else's comparable? 7.0% or?
This is 7.0.
Yep.
I got 7.
That's all it says. It doesn't say anything about what kind of hops or any of that stuff.
Yeah, I don't have a hop identifier, but mine's 7.2. It's definitely bitter, more bitter than the New England IPA from last week, but it's not too much of a bite.
So this might be a good follow-up conversation for M, because if you want, I'll read you this really quick thing, but it's already over my head. But it's actually.
Excuse me, Joe's saying let me in. Did you see that, Dave?
Joe who?
Exactly.
So
There he is.
it's a gauge of the beer's bitterness. It measures the parts per million of isohumolone found in beer.
Isohumolone.
So it's the acid that's found in the hops that gives beer
Joe,
for bite, for taste. There's other things that can impact it, like
Hey,
malt.
Joe.
So a beer with
Is that the IBUs?
yeah, so a beer with 20 IBUs has minimal malt character and may have significantly more bitter taste than a beer with 60 IBUs and a powerful malt. So they're saying the malt can mask the bitterness.
Yeah.
So it's a whole long article.
Interesting.
That takes into account other bittering agents that can impart acidity, like fruits and
Clorox
spices and all that. Yes, Clorox, most definitely.
So Bob, is a higher number more bitter? Is that what it's saying, or no, not necessarily?
It's saying it is, but it depends on what else is in there, because like you have beers that are brewed with spices, or if it's more malty, it can mask the bitterness. So it's a gauge, but it is actually measuring a level of something. It's not just a random.
It's like I think Imperial Russian stouts have a shitload of everything, like a lot of hops and a lot of malt. So they may not taste, they taste more sweet and malty, but they're probably going to have higher IBUs.
So for anyone that wants to read, have at.
This is really turning into a beer show, Dave. What's going on?
What the hell's going on here?
What is
Not for
happening?
long.
Beer geeks and shit.
Hey, Bob, can you send that to the text thread too, or just the?
Yeah. At some point, I'll figure out how to get it off my computer onto my phone. But yeah, I will.
Once he gets his knee scooter, John, he'll get that out to you.
do not put away your baby Bjorn and your knee scooters, and stop listening to Mandy.
What's the problem with the baby Bjorn?
That baby Bjorn was key, man.
That was
ridiculous.
Was that a bad thing?
You look totally emasculated.
Yeah,
Is that too yuppie?
It was absolutely critical.
Aaron will back me up on this.
Was that a house husband thing?
What's the baby Bjorn thing? I'm missing the whole.
Baby carrier in the front of your, on your chest.
I know. I remember what it is. I don't know why we're talking about it right now.
Because Bob said he was gonna use a knee scooter like a 75-year-old woman from West Palm, and I said that would be so embarrassing. Along with it'd be like wearing a baby Bjorn.
Wait, are you implying Jewishness in that 75-year-old woman?
No, not
West Palm. I mean,
it would be. Let's say Boca.
Hey, listen, I tell you, I don't care what it looks like. It's
Del Boca Vista.
life-changing for
Now, what if you're wearing the baby and the Bjorn while you're on the knee scooter? That's like extra points.
yeah.
That'd be good.
Wow.
Listen, being able to hold a beer and food while you have your kids strapped to the front of you.
Yeah.
I loved the baby Bjorn. I thought
The
it was
Bjorns are awesome.
It must be some Southern thing. Is that a cultural Confederate?
No, it's your kids are older and you haven't experienced the thing. But if you had babies now, you want one.
Yeah, I can't imagine wearing one now with Chase. That would be tough.
Extra reinforced.
Hey, speaking of that,
maybe he could put me in one.
What's that?
look at this nice picture I came across.
What's
You
that
guys see
Saturday
that?
Night Live skit with the
Dave!
It's the Stokeses.
Where did you get that?
That's at the I'm not sure where that is.
That's Danny's
Is that at
wedding.
Dan's wedding? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. That would make
Oh
sense.
man, I would so appreciate if you sent that. That would be great. I don't know that I have that.
man.
I have the.
It's a great picture.
We had so much. Yeah. It was a good. That was where we met Aaron's to-be betrothed.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. You guys were just recently dating.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think so. You had met at a John Kerry thing or something.
Mike?
What year did you get married in, Dan?
Mike, can you let us know
Remember
about
she
the
was there. I don't remember how long. Were you there, Aaron?
I'm gonna say it was 2009.
It was 2009.
Aaron.
Yeah,
Yes.
so we had been together 5 years at that point.
Oh, 5 years.
It still seemed you were like newlyweds. It was fresh.
Aw, thanks.
You couldn't keep,
That's
you couldn't
sweet,
keep your
guys.
your tiny little Dan hands off her.
Well, what I remember, Aaron, was you saying that you were trying to decide whether to, pop the question or whatever. So I assumed from that you'd only been going out recently. But 5 years.
Why didn't you talk to me, John? Give me some advice.
Yeah. Too late.
Too late now. Look at you now. Hey, Joe.
Yeah, I'd like to include Joe in the conversation.
Welcome, Joe. Hey, guys.
Joe, did you hold up your beer?
I did not. I'm waiting for a break in the action.
Your cue.
I know.
Wow.
So I didn't really prepare well for tonight, I have to admit. However,
Hank sets the bar pretty low. Just want to let you know.
Did your dog eat your homework, Joe?
That's funny.
yeah, no, I just haven't had a chance. But I do have, so you guys talked about your beers, I gather.
Yeah.
A little bit.
All right, so here's what I got. I got 2 beers. I got one, which is really, it's a holiday beer. It's
there
We were
we go.
just talking about that.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just talking about that.
It's a really good beer. It is a West Coast IPA. I don't know if it's specifically a West Coast style IPA, but I mean, if you taste it, it definitely tastes more West Coast than New England.
Does it make you
Glad
want to
you
go
said that,
surfing?
Joe. I would like you to expound on that if you could.
I think it's got more of a bitter hop punch rather than a lot of hops on the nose and that citrusy flavor that you get through New England, right? So it's what I think of as sort of the traditional IPA, or at least American IPA.
Yeah.
To me, the New England is more of a recent thing. So I think it qualifies. It happens to be one that I had. It's a holiday beer, and as you can
totally
see,
qualifies.
it's the 2019 edition. So it came out in the fall or
So it's fresh.
something like that. Very good. I actually love this beer. It's just very well rounded. It might not be for John or the other people who don't like that bitterness because it's pretty pronounced, but to me it's not like obnoxiously bitter.
Are you getting like pine out of it?
I think I am getting some pine out of it. And I've
dark
had some
looking.
other beers
Very dark,
actually
Joe.
talk
Yeah,
about
it's
their
very dark.
pininess, and this one
Yeah.
seems to have a little bit of
It does look dark.
It's darker than most IPAs, right, Joe?
I would say it is. Yeah.
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 Little malt there.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was telling the guys I have some from the holidays. I like it a lot.
Yeah. And then the other beer that I have that I haven't tried, and it's not technically a West Coast IPA, but it is a Next Coast IPA.
Nice.
Ah.
That's after the earthquake.
Yeah, when California falls into the ocean,
The
that
fine West
beer is going to be
Coast.
very popular.
We're going to have a whole new Then my Trilliums are going to be West Coast IPAs.
Utah.
You'll have a Sierra Nevada coastal.
A lot of advanced like tectonic planning when they're coming up with this beer. So anyway, I haven't had it. I bought it in a multi-pack, and it does, and I went to the website to look at the description, and it describes itself as having big, bracy, piney hop flavors with a tropical bouquet of nugget, citra, and mosaic hops. So I'm looking forward to having that one as well. Hopefully,
What's
Another
the,
mosaic, Jim.
What's the
Lot of
backstory
mosaic.
on that brewery?
Yeah,
Yeah, who's the brewery? Is it
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry I didn't mention that. It's Goose Island. So that's
Goose Island?
now I guess it's InBev, right?
yeah.
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 Is that Chicago, Jim?
That is Chicago, Mike. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
You gonna
They
kick
have,
Joe off, or is he allowed to stay?
You're later.
What's that?
Are you going to kick Joe off, or is he allowed to stay, Mike, with a Chicago brewed beer?
He showed up with a celebration.
It's west of
Okay.
New York, man. That's all.
Mission
That's
accomplished. Jim,
He's
Jim,
OB.
He's bylaws,
He's
Joe.
Is
We'll let
it-
it go though.
You're at least one time zone away from the East Coast. Is that
Yeah, there you go.
a barometer?
Certainly beats Trillium.
Hey,
Oh, hey.
All right,
Mr.
hey, you know, not for nothing. I'm just reading about this 7.03, and it says there's a spicy pine making an
Ooh.
appearance on the back of each sip. So this might be a West Coast IPA after all.
That'll work.
might be a transplant.
Or an East Coast pine?
Somebody from the West Coast is working at the brewery.
Aaron backed into a West Coast beer.
Snuck
Yeah,
some
no, I
pine.
mean, you know what? That's where he that's where he could go, which is fine because that's where Trillium touches West Coast,
Yeah, there you go.
and I'm happy with that.
What does that even mean?
Yeah, I don't know what that means either.
So Hank, your beer is a
explain to you
Trillium
next
beer.
week.
Wait, I'm the one that's on Percocet. What does that
Yeah, I
mean?
was just gonna say. The only one making any
Go out,
sense
Joe. I
is the
didn't
one
make
that's
it out to get
stoned
some.
out of his head.
Bob, you think
Aaron, your
Percocet
beer
might
is
sponsor the show?
I got a lot of feelers out there.
Percocet.
Let's just
Purdue
Oxycodone.
Pharmaceuticals,
That's gonna be my standard line. I guess.
whatever's remaining of their marketing budget.
Oh, they.
Dave, you got to edit that out.
Anyway,
Yeah, that's not counting it.
moving right along.
Cutting room floor.
Getting back
All
into
the
the beer.
honking. And everything. Okay,
I'm
so
glad-
we talked about all the, and this brings us to something that I've been hoping to get to, which was two of us have the same beer,
Oh yeah.
and I really would like to one night have us all have the same beer to compare.
Bud
We could
Light.
probably do that. We all have to get Trillium though.
That's
Can't
I will-
find it down here.
I think
I'll
Aaron should
send
mail
you
us.
all. I'm
Yeah.
going to send you all some Trillium, I promise.
All right.
We could do like a Sam Adams or something that everyone could get. You know, like Old Reliable.
I'll travel. I just couldn't do
That's
it.
got to be a craft beer, though. I don't consider that to be craft.
Sam Adams is close enough.
No, it's not.
Yeah. The original.
Yeah, all right.
We already
well,
did say that.
they've been doing some unique things. Sam Adams does have some,
Oh yeah.
things that are.
Some niche
I
stuff.
think we have a better shot with Dogfish Head
You think so?
because
They're
you can find their stuff everywhere, and
I
it is.
saw it in my supermarket today as I was looking.
Yeah,
for
you
it.
can buy the
I can get that. I can
or the
get that.
Stone or the Stone IPAs. Those are pretty
I
much.
don't think I saw a Stone.
I have a Stone. That's next. But okay, so first we've got the Union Jack. Dan, what's your impression of the Union Jack?
It's pretty good. It's pretty hoppy and got a fair amount of bitterness, but I like it. I do prefer the New England style. I think it's a little smoother and mellower.
Yeah, me too. I'm. This is a little bitter for me. It's not that it's bad,
I
but since they started doing the New England IPAs, I think that's more in my wheelhouse.
hmm
Yeah.
So you'd rather have like a Trillium per se.
Yes,
For
everybody.
instance.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
it's actually
Yeah.
as the more I'm drinking it, the more I like it. I have to say,
I'm
bitter
gonna go.
fades a little as you keep drinking it. It's nice. I like it.
Yeah, I agree with. Yeah. You kind of your palate gets used to the bitterness.
Yeah,
I feel like. But,
Hey, can I interject something here?
please do.
absolutely.
And John, we need your advice. It's an ethical question. So
John's
I think
gone.
you guys come clean. Like, what breweries are paying you to talk about what beer? Because you can't tell me you're not on the take from Trillium.
Wait, I missed that. What was that?
Dude, I wish I was. I wish I was
just
getting
emerged
paid by
from-
Trillium.
Angus
Beer
Young's face.
Paola.
You need disclosure.
Full
Joe's
disclosure.
uncovered a hideous scandal.
The understory to
Dark
ball
underbelly.
about
I'm
beer.
blowing the candle wide open.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think I've ever tried a Trillium product.
I haven't either.
No.
Really?
No, I don't think I have.
Yeah, Mike. When we hung out at my house and Aaron brought like 3 cases of it down.
Oh,
Order.
Oh, is it
You brought down the metal.
okay. Yeah,
What?
that's
I
right.
remember that.
Didn't you?
Yeah.
Wasn't it metal that you brought down to Bob's?
Brought a bunch of different things, and Dan brought up the sausages from the meat house, whatever, up
Yep.
the street from your
Yep.
joint
That's
there.
right. I think that was the first time we ever heard of Trillium.
It's funny that you think I would remember, Dave, what I brought.
Michael,
Mike remembers.
no,
Mike, just ask Mike.
there's about 3 or 4 different beers that Aaron brought
I
down.
remember that.
They're good.
I stand corrected.
So can I go back to this Union Jack? Because Dave, you said something about it being like one of the first West Coast IPAs. Is that right? I just saw it and I was like, I'd never heard of it. I'm like, oh, that's a West Coast. I'll buy it.
Yeah, they're one of the originals.
Is that right?
Firestone Walker goes back. Yeah, actually, Firestone, it is like either the great grandson or great great grandson, whatever, of Firestone Tire.
The tire people.
Is that right?
Because these guys are in nowhere. They're in Paso Robles, California, which is
Hints of rubber.
sort of nowhere.
I don't know where that is. Where is that? You checked it out.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
like
a half hour north
Myers.
of San Luis Obispo, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, so
That's what-
that's San Luis
San Luis
Obispo is
Obispo.
like,
Isn't
You know, it's
that,
funny.
is that
I
near
thought a lot
San
of these
Francisco?
places.
Yeah, no, it's
south.
San Luis Obispo is like north of Santa Barbara. So you go up.
It's like Orange County, right?
Yeah.
Like Anaheim, that area.
For some reason, I thought that a lot of when I heard about West Coast IPAs, I thought a lot of these breweries were like Southern California.
That
They're
is
not.
kind of Southern California.
Well, this is San Diego, so I mean,
There's a lot of
That
Oregon,
is, yes.
Lagunitas,
Washington State,
San
and
Diego.
Oregon.
Like Lagunitas was not Southern. For some reason, I
That's
had it in my
San
head.
Diego.
That it
No,
Is it?
Lagunitas is San Diego.
Is
I
it?
thought it was Chico.
No, that's Sierra Nevadas, Chico.
Uh,
And Chico is where?
Chico's north east of San Francisco.
San Francisco?
Northeast. It's in the middle of the state, northeast.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Lagunitas is San Diego. And Bells, I think, is San Diego too.
Bell's is
Or
Michigan.
not Bells, Stones.
Stone.
Oh, yeah.
Bells is
One of
Michigan,
our-
right, Jim?
Yeah, Kalamazoo.
Yeah.
That'll get me a sponsor, no doubt.
Oh yeah.
Bells.
People like to sponsor crippling diseases and things. That's like a big draw,
It's a
especially in
pick-me-up.
the beer
Get
market.
the manufacturer of the knee scooter to sponsor.
Yeah. Well, there's a really there's a great book that was written by the guy who started Lagunitas. I think it's called something like "So You Think You Want to Start a Brewery." I saw it at our library like 2 years ago, and I snagged it and read it. And it's this whole story about how he just started small. He like mortgaged his house. He used to do everything himself, from like the designing of the labels and just all really, really compelling story about how he built it and eventually got to the point where, like, I think they also brew in Chicago, and I think it may be in the Carolinas as well, because they just distribution was an issue and the freshness and all that. Really not a long read, and if you could find it, it's a really cool read, given the
Cool.
topic.
Em wrote a book.
Yeah.
Did she?
About beer?
Yeah, it's you can buy it on Amazon. It's
She has Pints and Panels as her cartoon.
yeah, but she wrote a book. It's
Wait, she has a cartoon?
yeah.
They call it a comic strip, I believe.
Fights and
Like a
panties.
kid's
is that what
show?
you said?
She's a cartoonist, and she's also an advanced cicerone and author. I gave her a shitty intro with you guys. I should have done a better job.
Yeah, that
She's
was
quite
very,
a broad.
Hey, respect.
Here we go. The name of the book is called Beer is for Everyone, parentheses, of drinking age.
Right. Okay, so let me start that again. So M. Sauter wrote a book called Beer is for Everyone of Drinking Age, which I remember off the top of my head as being a fantastic book.
Did you read it?
What?
What's your favorite chapter from the book, Dave?
Oh, I got to go with the first chapter, Jim. You know,
Yeah.
where everything that I wanted to know was in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yes,
She's also a cartoonist.
Yeah.
Pints
She
and
got her-
panels, yes.
She got her MFA at the Center for Cartoon Studies.
Yes.
Where?
Oh.
Yeah.
There's a center
Yes.
for cartoon studies. That's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah,
Where? Which?
Where is
Where
that?
is that?
in Vermont.
Oh.
I almost went there.
And then she fell in love with beer.
Didn't we all?
Probably.
Yeah.
I was going to get my degree in Spider-Man.
So
The
did
cartoon
she
or
illustrate
the-
this?
The cartoon or the movie?
Spider-Man. That's funny, Dave, because we were having a conversation at dinner about nature, and I was telling Jason about how spiders, when they hatch, they eat their mom.
Yeah.
Was that a suggestion?
Yeah. Were you mad at Mika at the time?
No.
No, I was trying to gross him out, and it did. It
Oh,
that's awesome. I was trying to gross him out. And it did.
I missed that in the Dr. Spock book. Where's the gross?
Hey, Dave, can I read an excerpt from M's
When they get to be 9 years old.
Absolutely. Hang on. Mike has the floor. He's reading from M's book.
I think it's on point. This is from page 77. She's talking about an IPA, which is of the West Coast style. West Coast IPAs are valued for their heavy pine and citrus notes.
And there's no citrus in this at all. There's no citrus.
Yeah, and there's a drawing of a grapefruit, John.
Two grapefruits.
Fremont's IPA is also balanced with its use of amber malts, along with a delightful grassy finish. It also has a finish that is, quote, resinous, like a hop leaving footprints on your tongue after each sip. This beer captures the spirit of the Pacific Northwest. Wow, she's into her beer, isn't she?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I would say so.
I don't want anybody dancing on my tongue.
Pretty much on point with the West Coast IPA.
Yeah.
That's why she's a Rick Cerrone.
Sounds like she's describing this beer to a T.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? Well, because you're probably getting... Trillium likes to push the citrus, I find.
Yes, they do.
So you got like the piney, that's their like piney West Coast version of their citrusy New England IPA.
So I did my homework. I did everything.
Yeah, you totally rocked it.
Do you feel like you have something walking on your tongue?
I do. It's right there.
Okay, and that brings me to the part that I haven't done recently is we'll be right back
after this.
With our comb overs, and we're going to talk about our mouthfeel after this break.
Wow. Are we really going to do that?
You like that? That was pretty good, right?
This would be a great place to insert the sponsor.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Union Jack.
Sponsored by.
Actually, there's another liquor website that does delivery now called Drizzly.
Yeah.
So now I got 3 options. Actually kind of 4 options with it. I got Total Wine and More. They do the delivery. Instacart. Just hooked up with 2 people on LinkedIn with Instacart. They also do delivery. And now Drizzly. And BevMax in Connecticut. I'm thinking that they should be a sponsor, and they should deliver the beers to us.
They should.
Yes.
Trillium.
Like to Jim and I.
That's a great idea.
That's my goal, is to have our beer delivered to us so that we can at least have one beer that we do in common, and then a local beer that we can all talk about, and then comb overs.
So you'll need our addresses, obviously, for the deliveries. So we'll get those to you.
Yes.
So this week on a very special Bald Guys delivery, something like that?
Yeah.
Nice.
Deliverance.
I think that's the objective of all this. Deliverance. Yeah.
Not deliverance.
Deliverance.
We'll all be drinking in canoes.
Well, guys, Deliverance edition with Deutschland.
Young Dan Zeller.
Aintree.
Hey, let's go for a canoe ride.